Welcome back. We continue in the courts. Counsel to Mr. Charles Oka says there is a plot to kill the suspected brain behind the 2010 Independence Day bombing of the Abuja Eagle Square in prison. In a statement, Mr. Festus Keyamo has accused the prison authorities of denying Mr. Oka access to medication necessary to treat his critical health condition. According to Mr. Keyamo, the Kuje Prison's clinic issued a prescription for amlodipine, 10 milligrams, for treatment of Mr. Charles Oka's high blood pressure. He says that Mr. Oka's wife purchased the drugs and handed them over to the prison's officer in charge, DCP Felix Lawrence. He seized them and has refused to administer the medication to Mr. Oka. The statement adds that the event suggests beyond doubt that there is a plot to kill our clients in Kuje prisons. This is more so because our client, who has only one kidney, is hypertensive. Those are Mr. Kiamo's words. And Mr. Keyamo further compares Charles Oka's situation to the circumstances that led to the death of Tim Kemfer Osovo, also known as General Bokos, sometime in 2012. The lawyers therefore urging the Minister of Interior to compel the prison authorities, especially Mr. Lawrence, to release and administer the said drugs to Mr. Charles Oka within 24 hours. Otherwise, it would take further steps to enforce his client's fundamental human rights. Oh, we're back here in Lagos. The 12,000 students of the Lagos State University, LASU, may have to wait for a while to write their 2013 second semester examinations. This is because the university authority has suspended the process owing to the violent protest staged by the students on Thursday over the late registration of about 1,300 people. Appearing before lawmakers at the Lagos State House of Assembly, the Governing Council resolved that academic activities cannot continue smoothly with the level of damage to facilities in the campus. Our correspondent Loretta Chiogo reports.
The executives of the Lagos State University Student Union and the Governing Council before the Lagos State lawmakers. They are summoned to say what they know about the students' protests which turned rioters on Thursday. The Vice Chancellor, whose car is badly damaged, speaks first.
What happened was not the first time. As a matter of fact, for the first semester, the students, many of them did not register. They wanted to wait for the exams. And we said no. In March, higher management agreed with them and opened the portal so that they could register. Over 600 students registered for the exam. It passed a lot of instructions.
The student submission is given by the president of the union.
When we hear from these students, even when we try to persuade them, even when we try to calm them, that if they do not reopen this portal, they will explore violence and protest. But the second problem, if they want to protest, is followed by except for by the.
Though all here condemned the students' action, it was a mixed feeling in finding solutions to the crisis known to always recur.
Our decision that will prepare to face the survival. Therefore, those students that were in their school outside and now they are doing their own part are not affected because the school fees is not as high as the new students. And everyone students, every their own students now, know that this is the particular amount that is supposed to be paid in money. So if you are not
we can't see, just like the honorable level speaker said, when you know that this system has closed, the portal registration has closed, coordination has closed, there is no need encouraging the students to go and take school anymore. Now this announcement on behalf of himself and the leaders and the elders of Lagos, please, with the university authority, to please reopen the portal for 2 days while carrying out the necessary repairs to allow the affected students to to register for the second semester of 2012-2013. That we want our students to know that this is the last time that such plea will be entertained and discipline is a must.
Now, the student protests at the Lagos State University, that's LASU, may have emanated from the fact that the students were still paying while the registration portal was closed, given the deadline that the school management had reeled out. But of course, from the side of the governing council, they say that a series of extensions were given to the students to pay their fees. Loretta Chiogo, Channels Television News.
Well, it was a tragic day in Lagos as 3 people reportedly drowned following a boat mishap near Ijebu area of the metropolis. The passenger boat had 7 other people who were rescued by the emergency agencies. Confirming the report, the General Manager, Lagos State Emergency Management Agency, ASIMA, Mr. Femi Osoitolu, said the 10 people in the local passenger boat left Coconut Jetty in Apapa earlier to Ojo Town when it capsized behind Navy Town. Well, some traders at the neighborhood markets in Ibadan, the Oyo State capital, may be set to take their businesses to another level because the state government has begun distributing over 300 million naira to the traders to boost their activities. Presenting the checks to the beneficiaries, Governor Biola Ajimobi reiterated his government's commitment to improving the lives of the people in the state, especially those at the grassroots. It was a day of joy for traders as well as the people of Ibadan, the Oyo State capital and its environ, as they came out en masse to meet their state governor, Mr. Biola Ajimobi. The transition chairman, Ibadan Southeast Local Government, Honorable Abbas Najim Deed, outlined efforts put into building capacity and encouraging traders in the state.
When this market was being commissioned, His Excellency said that the marketers should go and organize themselves into group, into cooperative group, and by then we will give them money. And thank God that what he promised is now keeping it today.
Then came the moment, handing over of the checks. The governor did this himself while encouraging the traders to push forward to new frontiers. He spoke in their local language.
Executives should ensure that the loan are paid back because it is a revolving scheme so that others will be able to benefit from this loan.
Traders who, however, do not benefit from this first disbursement are to put their heart at rest because they will do so subsequently.
First Bank, truly the first.
Now here's Adeshawa Josh.
Well, thank you, Amarachi. Let's take you through our business stories of this hour. Lending rates ended flat at an average of 10.3% at the interbank market today, although dealers anticipate higher rates ahead of an increase in banks' cash reserve requirement early next month. Overnight rates remain unchanged at 10.3%, slightly above the central bank's benchmark savings rate of 10%, and despite excess liquidity in the banking system. The secured open buyback also remained unchanged at 10.15%, 1.85 percentage points lower than the central bank's benchmark rate. Overnight placement was steady at 10.25%, while call money closed at 10.5%, the same as last week. The 45 billion naira worth of unclaimed dividends in Nigeria is sitting with the various registrars of the concerned shareholders. And that's according to the Chief Executive of the Central Security Clearing System, that's the CSCS, and Chairman of the Capital Market Committee, Mr. Kerry Booker. Mr. Booker says there are legal guidelines for the use of unclaimed dividends and they cannot be compromised.
There are some people who are advocating that the money should be used by the government for infrastructure and things like that. Now, we have to be very careful about such pronouncements or such suggestions. They may be good on the surface, but what we should remember is that the money belongs to the investors. And by the way, the law is such that if a dividend goes unclaimed for 12 years, it comes back to the company that issued it. So it can actually go back on the books of the company. But during that period of 12 years, it remains unclaimed, and an investor can come and claim it. For the future, how do we resolve this problem? And it simply is a case of getting complete information of every investor. We're going to partner with NIMC because as the chairman of the committee and the DG of SEC, we sent a letter to the CEO of the NIMC. And we are also partnering with the banks, the central bank and the banks, on the initiative of biometric data capture. If we can ride on that, it would even make things fairly quicker and more efficient for us.
And the bears took center stage at the Nigerian stock market as the all-share index shed 0.1%. Stocks that lost from previous trading sessions were favored by investors recouping lost gains. And for more on the closing figures, here's Loretta Chiogo.
Hello and welcome to Stock Market Report tonight. Sell pressure returned at the Nigerian equities market on the last trading day of the week as the all-share index took a few steps backwards, dropping 0.10% to 41,917.55 points. The market capitalization also dipped to 13.43 trillion naira. Now leading the price decliners is Nestle with a 15 naira loss, followed by Guinness and Julius Berger. Investors favor the shares of Nigerian breweries, Dangote Cement, and chemical and allied products. Skybank led market volume with 68.39 million units. At the end of Friday's trade, total market volume was at 486.98 million units and exchanged in over 5,000 deals worth 6.15 billion naira. And that's it on Stock Market Reports. I'm Loretta Chiogo.
Thank you, Loretta. Well, that's Business News Tonight. The News at 10 continues in just a moment.
First Bank, truly the first.
Still ahead on the News at 10, Rafa Nadal outclasses Roger Federer to reach the final of the 2014 Australian Open. That's in Sports News. Just stay with us.